Okay, welcome back to the Predator Arena, U.S. Open 10 ball. Excuse me, U.S. Open 8 ball. Sorry about that. Jay Helford here with Freddie Agner.
Hey, Jay, how are we?
We're doing good. We're doing good. This is our fourth match of the day. Nice leg there, very close leg. Yeah, look, they're really leaning back here to look at it.
They need the referee,
Bill Stock,
to come out there, get his reading glasses on, magnifying glass.
If it's too close, he might have him lag it again. You never know. Freddie, for me, I like to stand far back from the table. If you stand at a distance from the table, you actually can see it better.
He's already called the one ball as Shaun is sitting down. No need to be talking about it now. What are you going to what are you doing? Shaun's already sat down.
Yeah.
Oscar Dominguez versus Shaun Wilkie.
This is a loser's bracket match. Both these guys lost in the second round, and one of them's going home. Oscar had a pretty good 10-ball tournament. This is Oscar's fourth time, I think, on the TV screen, this TV stream this week. So he's getting used to this table. I think this is Shaun's first match here.
Well, Shaun might get awakened here. He had a few warm-ups here.
I call this a pretty even match. I mean, to me, they're both kind of mid-level pros, although Oscar's higher rated. But Shaun is a very talented player in that Mid-Atlantic region.
Sure. Shaun out of the Baltimore, Maryland area.
There's another good player out there.
This is an East versus West matchup.
Yeah.
Oscar from the Los Angeles area. To me, it's all about the break and getting a shot. Making a ball get a shot. See that second ball going to the side pocket. That's what works for at that speed.
Well, what I've noticed is they're breaking much harder in 8-ball than they were in the 10-ball.
Well, I suppose that's because there's more balls.
This is a nice break.
Yeah, both balls are open. If the 3-ball goes, it goes down here in the lower left pocket. If it passes in the lower right, there doesn't seem to be any issues with the low or high. Great break.
This is where you have to make a decision. Because once you start, you can't change.
And you need to get all the way out as good as these guys play.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the way 8-ball goes no matter what. Once you start on an open table,
you better run out.
It doesn't matter who you're playing.
Yeah, if you don't run out, you're at a severe disadvantage.
I think the toughest thing here, Jay, is that both balls look good. Sometimes one ball is obvious, a tied-up ball here, maybe a pattern there, but this one, both balls are pretty good.
I agree with you. It's kind of like which ones you prefer. Well, he's taking stripes.
And playing the 10-ball next.
Nice speed there. Got right where he wanted to be.
Tricky part about this is that there isn't an obvious key ball. But these guys are so good. Get an angle at any ball in this table. They'll get there.
Well, at some point he's going to have to go down table and get that 14 ball. The 15 ball that's down table. That's 15. The 15.
Yeah, that's right. And the 15 only goes in one pocket, so he really, at this point, that's the toughest ball on the table. He might go for it right here.
I got so frustrated with these balls. What he did. You know what I did, Fred? I just went and bought a set of these Cyclop balls. They're going to ship them to my house.
I have a set.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, tough. I got the Aramith Pro Cups, but I need a backup set of balls anyway.
It looks like he's choosing to have the 10 ball. Oh, good. He's coming out there. It looks like he's having the 10 ball as I thought he was going to have the 10 ball as his key ball, but it looks like he played for the 10 ball right here. Because it's kind of tricky. Well, he is having the 10 ball as his last ball.
Right. I think he's just going to roll forward, send the cue ball towards the 4.
I think so.
And the 8 will go between the 3 and the 5. Nice run out.
Nice run out here.
If he can complete it.
He will.
Nicely done. First blood to Oscar Dominguez.
Notice, I don't think he bumped another ball either.
No, yeah.
That's like a perfect break and run in 8-ball.
Well, to me, that indicates he's got the speed of the table down pretty good.
He's ready. Shaun is looking underneath the rack to try to find the diamond rack, but we're using the magic rack.
He's the first player I've seen that wore a hat while he was playing in this arena.
Yeah, so if you take a look at the dress code, they're allowed to wear hats. They're even allowed to wear shorts at this tournament. I'm not sure about the pros, but they have to be clean, no open-toe shoes, no rips, and the hat has to be worn with the bill facing forward, nothing to the side.
I haven't seen anybody wearing shorts yet out there in the arena.
Yeah, it's on. They have the dress code.
What's our dress code anyway? Do you know?
Well, we've been breaking it, whatever it is. I think. Actually, Jay.
Now notice that back row. He's got 2 stripes and 3 solids. Usually they alternate them.
Well, the only rules in 8-ball, a BCAPL, is that the 8-ball's in the middle and the bottom 2 corners have to be of different suits.
Right.
Everything else you can stuff them all on one side. Boy, he hit him hard.
Yeah, he crushed him.
He crushed him, and I didn't hear a ball go in.
Nothing's going in. And these balls are a little more tied up. There's a little more congestion here.
Yeah, neither ball looks good here as far as tied up or not tied up. Oscar's break was probably 5 or even more miles an hour slower than Shaun's.
I kind of think that he's going to take stripes. I might be proven wrong because there's that 4 and 7 ball are jammed up together down there by the 5.
Looks like the combination first,
right?
And then he goes from there. If the 11 and 14 aren't tied up, well, you can certainly make the 14. Then
he wanted to get that ball down table.
Well, he figures to run out here. Shaun is asking. Oscar called the 10 immediately, so there should be no issue of what he was calling.
I didn't know there was a question about it.
I couldn't tell what Shaun was asking about. So in the world of inventing a tough shot here, the 13 ball that's to the right, the orange ball, is the only tough ball on the table at this point. It's not even really tough, but it does have some balls close enough to it that he's got to worry about it.
I think when he shot that combination, he would have preferred the 13 stay by the rail.
Right.
You know, run along the rail.
Run along the rail, and that's what you said, and maybe go down a little bit. Oscar's staring this down as if this isn't difficult and doesn't look too tough for me, but, you know, he's the one shooting at it. He's decided to go around it.
When does he get that 13?
He better get it now, because he won't have not too many opportunities afterwards. He'd hate to be, you know, gunning for the 13. He's looking to maybe bump it right in there.
Well, you got to hit this one good. This will work. That's going to work.
It'll really work.
The problem he's got is he can cut it in, and maybe, I don't know, the cue ball's tracking right towards that opposite corner pocket.
Right. Maybe he can draw it with the right and go straight across the table with the right hand spin, just like what he's looking at right there.
Looking at, right.
And then, again, one of the issues is that he's got one of these last balls going to the side pocket. If he doesn't get the right angle, he'll be going towards the wrong side of the table and a bunch of landmines in his way, Jay.
It's getting tricky right now. He hit that good.
Stay on the good side and be able to get under it. Can he stroke this ball so he can actually draw it?
Do you think he should shoot? Nah, he's looking at the 9.
Maybe he's got to shoot the 9. It all depends on this angle. If he had rolled one more revolution forward, he'd be shooting the ball in the side pocket.
You know, it looked like he had a lot of English on it, but it didn't spin out that far. What he's looking at is bumping into those balls and taking the 9 this way, but this is a very dangerous shot.
That one was fraught with peril right there.
Thank you, Grady.
I mean, if he goes right at the 4, the problem is the 4 won't move much because there's another ball blocking it, but it must be off it a little bit.
That's what he's
got to
going
go right at the 4. He can't hit the left side of the 4. And he hit the right side of the 4.
He's going to shoot it in the side. He's got to shoot the 9 in the side now. And what about the 8? He may have to try to draw back and shoot. Well, the 8 may go past the 2. It may go up in the corner. It may go past the 2. If it goes up in the corner,
then he'll
just shoot a stop shot.
I will say, you know, on that last shot, playing a ball into the side pocket late into your run when all these other balls on the table, you better be perfect to that side pocket, which is why I try to generally avoid it. Because
well, this was not his choice. We know that. He wanted to shoot that 9 in the corner.
Right. No, I'm talking the ball before, you know, the ball before, because then he had to run into the 4 ball. Didn't have much choice. And then suddenly what was a wide open rack is a little bit It's a big challenge. I think he can make that 8-ball, but
he's got to make this 9
he's
first.
got to make 9.
Good shot.
It's in.
He's playing the 9 up in the corner, past the 2-ball.
The 8 in the corner.
Yep. Did I say 9?
You said 9, but you know.
8, 9. What's the difference?
It's the game ball. Certainly looks like it goes.
It goes. I don't think he's got a full pocket. He's got about 2/3 of a pocket.
Yeah, this is lag speed here.
This is good.
Full ball
Perfect.
in there.
Swish.
Very nice of him.
Oscar Dominguez, 2-0.
Shaun Wilkie took his hat off.
You noticed the same thing I did.
I'm kind of wondering if maybe they're not allowed to wear the hat in this arena.
Well, I think.
Yeah, they're saying no hat, so we've got the obvious answer of why he does wear a hat. Same reason I wear a hat, and I'm not saying anything about you, Jay.
No, I see why Shaun wears a hat now. That's his wig.
Are you saying that's his toupee?
That's his toupee.
Wow.
Yeah. He'll end up like the rest of us and just shave his head.
That's right. Just own it. Come to terms with it. Keep going.
You know, I've seen him go bald over the years, because I'll tell you, 10 years ago he had a lot more hair than he's got now. That's for sure.
Shaun's gonna love this replay.
Yeah.
He's gonna be listening to it. Says, that's why I wear a hat, and now you guys focusing on it.
We're teasing him. He knows it. He's got a good sense of humor. I'm not worried about him.
Oscar put a little more meat into that break than he did last time. He didn't need to, but a ball did get kissed into the side, and another ball.
Pretty nice open rack here. It seems like the 8-ball is always the ball that's tied up, though.
Sure. Well, with the magic rack, the perfect rack, the 8-ball shouldn't move much.
It doesn't move much.
Right.
This is a little bit more of a he may end up going down table for that 4-ball. Well, he's looking at the stripe, but now he's going to look at the 4.
How does that other 10-ball? The 10-ball goes after the 11-ball, so feels like if he hits the 11-ball and moves the 2, that is wide open for stripes. Does he have a solid other than the 4 to shoot at? And if he does,
no, he doesn't. Not really.
If he does, then the 2-ball gets to be a problem. Those are the things that are going through his head.
Well, he's cutting his 12-ball back to his right.
He keeps changing his mind.
Oh, now he's
Wow.
looking at the 15-ball there.
Looks like no matter what he shoots, if he shoots this, he clears out any problems for the solids as well.
That red stripe, that's the 11-ball.
He just has to
he wants to draw off the 2 and come back and bump the 8 as well.
Well, if he does that, everything will be open. I think that's asking a little bit too much.
He did it.
He did it, but look where he is. I mean, he can get out here, but he's jacked up over the 8. Once he makes this,
this is
14.
a tough shot, because he's got to reach across the table and bridge over the top of the 8-ball. I guess the good news is he just needs to roll it in. He doesn't have to worry about position.
Yeah, the other good news is there's no other choice. There's no thinking involved in this one. That's the ball. One rail up the table, maybe the center, and then take it from there. Reassess.
Now, is it a foul if he touches that 8-ball when he shoots?
They said fouls on cue ball only is what was in the last tournament, so I expect that to be the same in this.
He's going to be all right here.
It's still good form not to foul or not to touch other balls.
Personally, I like fouls on all balls. I think that's the way pool should be played.
He's going to play for this the lime stripe ball here.
I don't know how it got that way in the United States, because straight pool has always been fouls on all balls. It's 9-ball that we began to play with.
It's the kinder and gentler pool, Jay. That's what it is.
Well, 9-ball.
My generation needs it.
Okay.
We were beat up from the generation before. How's that? Oscar hasn't missed a ball yet. Got 2 break-in runs.
3 quick games for Oscar Dominguez.
Oscar's playing some good 8-ball.
He lost his first match to Matt Edwards, the player from New Zealand. Now, I don't know Matt, but I've heard he's a pretty good player.
I saw him play over there, and he looked amazing.
Well, he came a long way.
Yeah, he came all the way. He better be playing pretty good. That wouldn't be very fun if you flew all the way from New Zealand just to go 2-0.
Yeah, he's not coming just for the experience. He's coming to do something, to make his mark. You're talking probably a 16-hour flight.
Shaun seems to be picking specific balls into the rack. He's got to make a ball in the break. His last break was pretty hard and no balls.
They're a lot more careful with this full rack than they were with the 10-ball rack. Oops. Don't mess up those balls.
Mess with balls after all that.
We really haven't seen Shaun yet in this match, have we?
No, Shaun's shaking his head. He's a little not comfortable yet. Maybe he's thrown off balance.
He broke him real hard last time. Crushed him again. Balls down.
Balls down. Flying all over the place. And you notice he hit him hard, and they get clustered. This table is brand new cloth.
He doesn't even have anything good here. I mean, I don't know.
Look at this.
Unless you see something I don't see. I mean, you're going to play that 6-10 combination to open the rack?
You'd think this table is leaning or something the way the break is. All but 2 balls are sitting on the left side of the center string.
Right. It's funny how on a 9-foot table, balls will go down table. On the 8-foot table, they kind of cluster.
They come back. I don't think they stay down table.
Back.
They come back.
They're down and back.
Because he hit him pretty hard.
So he's playing is he playing the 3? Or is he playing the combination, the 3 into the 7?
He must be playing the 3 into the 7.
That's what he played.
That's a nice shot.
That 8-ball is surrounded by stripes, though.
Boy, this would be interesting if he can get out. I don't have an idea how he gets to this 8-ball. Because in order to get down to the 5-ball to break it, there's not enough balls to have his back. And the 4-ball right now blocks him from crashing into the cluster. Boy, he's working on this one. And he just saw Oscar really have no issues going through 3 racks.
It's a tough rack. Does he want to just run right into the 4 and break up that 8-ball? I don't know. Looks.
Tried. I think he tried.
He wanted to move that 1 ball out of the way, and he couldn't do it.
And now all his balls there are just tied up. I mean, right here is one of those 8-ball strategies. Do you want to break up the 8 knowing that the other 3 balls really aren't in a good spot? It seems like he has to at this point.
He's got to try to run out. He's got to try to find a way to run out. And I think he's going to break the 8 out right here.
Break the 8 out right here and then playing for the... And he missed the balls.
Heck? He's playing the combination. He'll play that 4-3 combo.
Maybe the 8-ball goes past the 9.
No.
Like it.
It's possible if he hits this hard, the 4 will come over and move balls. I'm not sure.
And then
that's what he's looking at. He's looking at where. He's got a real problem here.
By the time he gets to the 4-ball, he'll be awfully late in this game to even think about breaking out the...
That's what he wanted that 4-ball to go 2 rails and mess that up. And
it's not getting any easier.
The 8-ball remains surrounded by Oscar's little soldiers.
And they are soldiers.
He's got to try to figure out a way to break off this ball. Well, I'm not sure that's what he wanted to do.
He must have a plan for this 8-ball because he hasn't really tried to break it out. There's no bank there, is there?
Nah, he's just got a bad angle. Actually, if that 6 hadn't got bumped up there, he would have an angle. That messed him up.
Well, he's making this about as interesting of an 8-ball game as you can.
He's going to have to hit this real hard.
Is he flying around the table here?
That's what he wants to do with the cue ball. Let's see. He's going to really load up on this one. Get ready.
This is like a shot that Alex shot against the Hansons. Well, at least he can see this ball. This isn't going to be a ball in hand unless he scratches.
The problem is, it doesn't matter wherever he leaves it, Oscar's got the upper hand.
Correct.
I'll go out on a limb and say Shaun's in trouble. He's trying to figure out a way to make the 8. You know, can I come off the side of the 9? Can I go one rail? No, I don't like any of it.
Nothing looks good here.
I don't think that 8's going to go anywhere except bouncing around and hit other balls.
I think Oscar and Shaun are thinking exactly the same thing. How did I get to this position? Why did I go so long in this?
He's playing the 8
trick shot here.
Cross corner.
It's a trick shot. 8-ball to the 9, banking off and kicking it back. This is like a one pocket shot of some sort, except for you're using.
This is a 1 in a million shot because look where he's at. He's got to hit that 8 so thin.
Yeah,
I don't see
thin,
this.
and he has to hit it a little thicker than what he's got.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see it at all.
I'd love to see it. Here we go.
Listen, if he can even make the 8-ball double kiss and go that direction,
that'd be good. Impressive. 8 into the 9, bank back into the 8 in the right corner. Here we go. Oh!
He made the 9.
You know what? That came off a lot better. The 8-ball actually passed the line where the 9-ball was supposed to. How exciting was that? Meanwhile, it was wide open.
Meanwhile, sayonara Shaun.
Yeah, I like drawing all the way back for somewhere back for the 14, and then take care of those 2.
8-ball's a funny game this way. If you fail to get out, you're in big trouble.
Especially against top players. Even against top amateur players.
Right.
Top amateur players.
They're in total control of the table. I played in the league for the first time in 15 years that ended earlier this year.
Yeah.
And all amateur players, but man, I'll tell you what, they were gunning for me. Do you know for the season I had an 82% win rate? That means I averaged like 4 out of 5 games I won.
Oh, nice, Jay.
But you know what? When guys are gunning for you, they put themselves under pressure.
Sure.
And there were times, Freddie, where guys would run out the rack and miss the 8.
All the time. Happens all the time.
Yeah. I almost felt bad for them.
Oscar is up 4-0, and the way it's going, that's a pretty commanding lead. He really hasn't missed a shot. On the 3 full tables he was shooting at, he ran them all out. And Shaun has struggled the one time he got to the table at a full table.
Actually, because I played in that BCA league, I was eligible to play here. I could have played the seniors or something like that. But if they even have a seniors anymore, I don't know. Now it's all gold, platinum, bronze, all silver, all this kind of stuff. I don't really understand. And I'd love to get Ozzy or Mark Griffin up here and explain it to us.
Well, Mike Page was here earlier, but we didn't get him on the mic.
Does he understand all these different levels?
Well, Mike Page is Fargo.
Oh, so that comes from Fargo.
For Fargo, right? Yeah, Fargo rates.
I mean, I was familiar with Fargo ratings of players, but I didn't know about all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm used to Masters and Grandmasters and Open and all that kind of stuff. That's a major change.
Try to get away from that so that there's an actual number. I think this first year will be the tester. We need a couple of years in to get.
Oscar's break is working so much better.
And that one he hit less hard than the last. The last one he hit hard, and he did make a ball, but this one the ball went right in.
And
balls are wide open.
Notice there's nothing around the 8-ball.
Right. Nothing there. The toughest ball on the table looks to be the 11 ball. And the next toughest is the 3 ball. 3 ball looks easier than the 11 ball. So my thinking is that he's going to take the low balls.
I'm thinking that way too. Solids. We could be wrong. He made a stripe.
open after the break, which, we'll talk about that, Jay. I think that for amateurs, open after the break is fine. For the pros, I think it gets to be too easy for them.
We talked about that last match with George and I discussed that. I said, with these guys, I like the idea of take what you make because you give these guys the option, and it makes it a little bit. I like making it tougher for them. Let's just say that. I like it being a little tougher for them. See, he made a stripe, but he's taking solids. Well, he made one of each. Come to think of it, he made one of each.
He did.
So it would still
open no matter what.
Yeah, it would be open no matter what. So forget everything I just said.
So even though the solids seem more open, the first shot there's no open first shot. Believe it or not, everything else is there's two combinations on the table.
Oscar's taking a break.
Well, maybe he's going to make a phone call and see if somebody has advice.
He's not going to the restroom, I don't think. It looked like he was going to the tournament desk. He is. I'm not sure what's going on here. Anyway,
we've got a break in the action.
Yeah. There'll be one more match tonight at 8 o'clock. And tomorrow.
We start again at 10 a.m.
Yeah, same way. Be right back.
Oh my God. Force it forward. Wow.
Oscar's back.
I think he wanted to take a little time to study things a little more.
Well, like we said, this is a wide open rack, but there's no first opening shot. The only non-combination shot that's open is the 7 ball. So it looks like the 1-6 is the shot. And of course, all combinations are not guaranteed. No problem. So really, just has to make his way to that 3 ball.
Got to get up there above the 3 and the 4. Yeah, if he gets right in there, he's in good shape.
Right.
Right where he just stuck his Q-tip down the table.
In good 8 ball, it's all about figuring out what is your tough ball. If you're going to run out, what is your tough ball, and get it done. Because if you don't get it done early, it's tough to get it done late, as we saw in the last rack.
You notice the 8 ball does not go in either corner pocket, so he's going to have to end up shooting the 8.
Well, he's overrun this.
Look out!
He's
look
overrun
out.
this.
Ooh! Can he see that 3 ball?
He can. He can still see it in the upper right corner, but now this becomes a little bit of a, not just a little bit. It becomes a blood tester. 8 ball goes in the side pocket, I suppose. If that's
Yeah, it goes in the
it goes,
sides.
at least it has pockets.
So you're going to end up eventually, I guess the cue
Shooting
ball
it
would
up
have to be
table.
the cue ball. Let's see if he can make that 3 up in the end. Looks good.
Looks good. Nice
Right
shot.
in the middle.
Nice shot. Well, it looks like he has to play another combination, or he plays the 1 ball and the 2 ball. Because, like you said, Jay, the 8 ball doesn't go anywhere down table. It's got to be shot up table. That means the cue ball has to be below it.
Let's see how he figures this one out.
Looks like 2 ball next. Yeah. Put that inside in there to stay on the rail.
What I'm trying to figure out is how is he going to get from that 4 ball to the 8? Because he's going to save the 4 for last. He's got a little bit of a funny angle on the 2 as well.
Right, because if he was straight, he could stay on the inside of the 4, shoot it up table, and draw it over below, I suppose.
Yeah,
Oh,
he tried to stick
there.
it. He tried to stick it, and he did. He used that left English to throw that ball to the right.
Is that good? Oh, he's going to play this off the 14 ball.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or 15 ball.
Yeah, shoot it into the rail
Ticky.
and slide under the ball.
Do a little ticky. Just wants a stop shot here. Oh,
Wow.
he did. Well, he decided to go underneath.
Look at this. He's straight in the side. Turned out good, didn't it?
2 shots ago, Oscar aimed off that 14 with his stick. I can't believe that's really what he was going for, but he did, and
This is for a 5-0 lead.
That was quite an out. That's not one in the books there.
That was impressive. That was impressive. I was like you. I was thinking, well, he's going to draw back. He's going to shoot that 8 ball, slide it under the 14 into the pocket. But
I don't even know if he looked at it now. He got out 5-0.
It's been all Oscar this match.
Oscar hasn't missed a shot. It feels like Shaun hasn't even played.
We've seen him break the balls.
He broke the balls. He shot at 1 rack. But other than that, he broke dry once.
He's been hitting them hard, too.
He's got to slow it down.
Maybe that's the thing. Let's see if he slows it down a little bit or if he...
Yeah, because Hard didn't make a spread
Notice
rack.
his hands on the table.
On the
Very
table.
unusual.
For what we've seen. Again, he's hitting it pretty hard.
Ball down.
And see all these balls coming right back.
You're right. They all go off the end rail and come back up.
And so there's nothing in the kitchen anymore. And the last time, everything was to one side.
Can he shoot that 1 ball? I think so.
He can shoot the 1, but the 2 is actually buried.
Maybe he'll shoot the 1 off the 2.
Now would be the time if he's going to do it.
The 3 is a little tied up, too. The 13's blocking the 3's pass to the pocket.
Yeah, it looks like he can actually play for the 3 right now and play the 1 off the 2. But he just hit it hard, and
he moved them both.
There you go.
He'll shoot the 3 in the corner, I believe.
Does it pass by the 11?
Oh, no, he's got that 6 ball.
6 ball there. See, the 3 ball's still tied up then.
Let's see if Shaun can get on the board. He's kind of at that point of no return. He's got to try to run out now.
Right. And he's got to think about that 3 right now. If he waits for it to the last 4 or 5, hits 4 balls and then looking at the 3, which was the problem all along, that's not going to win him a lot of 8-ball matches against the top players. He must think that he can make the 3 if he's in position just to the right of the 11. No,
I don't know about this.
It sort of looks like his last time up where he was just putting balls down, sending soldiers home without any protection. Well, he looks like he's playing for the 3 ball as his last ball. The toughest ball on the table,
He wants
last
to
ball.
go across the table and hit the 11 ball, I think. Let's see. Or stop right.
That's great
Did
speed.
pretty good.
Oh,
He
that's
did pretty-
great speed. You couldn't put it better with ball in hand.
Well, he hit that one perfectly. He's going to have perfect position, too, if he rolls this in.
Good shot. Well, he needed this. Get on the board.
Nice shooting, Shaun. He's in a big hole, though. 5-1, alternate break.
Oscar not missing much, missing nothing. He needs a couple. Shaun needs Oscar to come up dry a couple times. We're live at the Predator Arena, 2016 U.S. Open 8-Ball Championship. We're at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino. Great little venue here. The Predator Arena is amazing.
I like this arena. I like the setup here.
We've got the light show.
Our U.S. Open 10-ball ended last night. Shane Van Boening defeating Rodney Morris.
What a great match that was.
That was a good one.
Rodney Morris, newest inductee. Well, he will be inducted. Voted into the Hall of Fame, the BCA Hall of Fame. There aren't too many people that get a chance to get voted into the BCA Hall of Fame.
It's quite an honor. Here we go. Oscar's been breaking good.
And breaking off the rail, off the head rail, like most of the guys have been doing.
I don't hear anything
I didn't
going.
hear anything. Ball
Wait a
leaks
second,
in.
10 ball. Last
ball
roll.
moving. Last ball moving.
The good news for Oscar is he can take either a stripe or a solid.
The bad news is neither balls are really open to run out. He's got to do something with the cluster at the head of the table.
I'm going to make a prediction that he starts with the 13 ball, though.
I think so.
Where he goes from there is anybody's guess. Because, look, he's got 2 stripes tied up on that end rail. He's thinking about that right now.
Yeah, if he can get there, play the combination. I don't think there's a solid to shoot at.
Well, he could thin that 6 ball up there if he wants to turn the cue ball loose.
And the problem is tough to get the 5 ball. I don't think the 5 ball goes in either corner pocket up there.
Either way, he's going to have to deal with those 3 balls on the end rail.
It's that 3 ball cluster.
Oscar's a very heady pool player.
Yes, he is.
Of course, his father was a master. His father, unfortunately, got called back to L.A. on some kind of emergency.
Oh, that's
he's
why.
He's shooting a 12
to get up to the 11.
Yeah.
Low or
nicely done.
Nicely done.
Yeah. You know, his father Ernesto is a master 8-ball bar table player.
Yeah.
He's really good at this game. He's got all the moves. Well, the 11 ball is still a problem. I don't think the 11 will pass that 6.
Oh, it doesn't it?
No, he's going to make the 11, you got to still get on the other side of it.
And the 14, as you can see, doesn't go either. That's his next problem after he solves the up table game. The 14 goes in the other corner, though. It feels, well, if it does pass, then he'll stop his ball right here. If it doesn't pass, then he's going to draw back. He must feel comfortable that, now it'll go past the 5 ball, the 11.
And he's got to get that 14 ball out of the way, too.
Definitely not so easy, this rack. He's working.
He's working overtime.
Have we seen a safety being played yet in these?
I saw there was one safety in the last match.
See, a lot of people think that 8-ball is this safety game, and it is at a certain level, but at the top level, you hardly see any safety.
They're trying to run out. Well, actually, in the last match, there was one really good safety.
What a great shot!
Nice
what a great shot!
Nice.
You know what was great about that shot?
He's got a good angle too, and everything. He's got perfect.
This is about as perfect a shot as you can get. He just tickled it, and you know what helped was that he kicked his foot up in the air. Without that foot kick, that ball wouldn't have happened. As long as he doesn't land straight on this ball. He can freeze on the cushion, but it can't be straight.
He's okay.
He's okay. Bounce out.
And it's a good thing he's not jacked up over that 6-ball. He's got a little angle here.
You think he's going to hit this hard and just let it come up table? You don't have to hit this hard at all with these tables. Don't get behind the 8. He's good.
Yeah, you have to be pretty careful on that shot.
Well, he can play the 8-ball in the corner pocket by the 6 or the side pocket.
That's what he's looking at. Shoot the 6 right by that. Shoot the 8 right by that 6-ball.
Using left-hand English, he's definitely shooting for the corner. Playing the line right at it. Oh, he came up a little long, actually. He's not at the 50-yard line. He's at the 40-yard line.
I think he's opting to shoot in the side pocket.
Side pocket now, so he really was in the 50-yard line. That was a nice out. That was a really, really professional out.
Oscar has played a fairly error-free pool in this match. He's 2/3 of the way there. 6-1. We're going to 9.
Well, if they had a TPA on him, I think he would be playing 1,000 right now.
Close to it. Close to it. I don't know what errors he's made. I don't
believe that he's had one. I believe he's broken on every rack.
No position errors?
Do they count position errors in?
Yeah, well, if you
consolidate the next ball.
Well, I mean, a position error is where you get out of line, where you got to play a safe. But I think even when he's got out of line, he's
gotten out. He's gotten out. Yeah. So I think he'd be batting 1,000. Now here's something interesting, Jay. Shaun is racking up the balls with a stripe at the top. I will tell you that out of 1,000 racks, there's not one that has a. Maybe there's one time where I actually put a stripe at the top.
I haven't seen any player put a stripe up there. That's the first time I've seen that. I'm not sure why he does that.
I mean, I suppose the theory, I think, is that you want a solid to get the full look at that head ball. Plus, we play a lot of rotation, so there's always going to be solid on the head ball no matter what.
It's obviously the wrong thing to do. He's losing 6.
Hits him hard again. I mean, if for nothing else, he gets his frustrations out.
Is that ball going in? Yeah. Oh, look at that ball.
That is.
Take a look at the overhead. That ball is halfway in the
pocket.
pocket.
Way in the pocket. That's
unbelievable. Now, Oscar's taken the table, which means if that ball fell in now, it would spot back up. Man, that ball is deep.
Yeah, if the ball's dropped right now, it'd spot back up where it is. It doesn't spot somewhere else.
No, it spots right where it is. It's respotted.
Respotted at it. As cleanly as Oscar's been playing, you expect him to get out here.
Well, he's looking up table, thinking about that 10 ball. What am I going to do with that? But the 10 does go past the 2.
It goes past the 2, and it goes past the 1. But it's still in a tough spot. It would be considered the toughest ball on the table.
Well, he knocked that ball in, and he's got another one hanging in the jaws.
I'm the type of guy that likes to get the balls out of the jaws as quick as possible.
Right.
It does nothing for you to save it for later as a backup. Not at the level these guys play.
Right.
It's not going to block anybody's pocket.
It could cause you problems
it could cause
later,
you problems,
actually.
Right.
Yeah, I like the idea of shooting this little combination. I'm not saying it. Oscar right now, he's thinking through the whole rack.
The whole rack. It's the 10 ball. How do I get to the 10 ball so I can get out easy? And really,
I think the 10 ball is going to be the key ball. He's going to use that to last and probably slide off the 10. Yeah, bump the cue ball into the 5.
And as soon as you say that, he's definitely going to be shooting the 10 next, isn't he?
I think you're right. But I like saving the 10 for last because it's a perfect ball to get on the 8 with.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all. But the 8 goes into this.
To that same corner pocket
corner
past
pocket.
the 9. Yeah, where the 9 is.
I think he's got all the choices in the world here, but I think he saw that 10 ball as the challenge ball, and he's going to go for it. And this is how he's been playing. It's the right way to play. It's going to win you more games than lose.
He got real close to it, but he's got enough angle.
He's got an angle, and if he tickles the 8 like he's thinking to do,
he's going to put the 8 out in the open.
Right, but in doing that, isn't he putting the cue ball in danger of being hooked?
Well, the good thing is he's got balls on the rail and he's got a ball out in the middle. So
and he not only did he miss the ball,
he did exactly what you said. Oh wow, good call, Fred.
Yeah, I mean he was putting the cue ball in danger of going behind those balls, and that's exactly what happened. Now he's going to have to come up with something spectacular.
He's got to try. Now he's got to try to make that ball in the bottom pocket.
That 8 ball went in the corner. It went in the side. I didn't think that he had to really. I think he was being too cute. He's been playing
It's
so
even
clean.
worse because it's just.
There's no kick now.
Yeah, he married up against that 4 ball.
It doesn't matter how much I lean. It doesn't move. I'm looking at the screen, at the table.
Well, he's looking at it to see if he can. I don't think he can get past that 7 ball, though. I don't think he can shoot around that 7 ball. He's in a bad spot. You know a possible shot here? It sounds crazy, but to shoot off the point of the side pocket. Yeah.
Off the point.
Boy, you read my mind.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, if you hit it just right and it runs down the table, it's going to hit the 12, and the 12 is going to make the 13. It's a crazy shot, but that's about all he's got. I don't think he'll think of that. He's trying to do this. Oh, look at this.
Spin kick 13.
This is
Spin kick 13.
I don't like this shot. This is almost zero chance. What's he going to do? Kick into the 11 and have the 11 make the 13?
Maybe.
Now he's bringing out. Is he bringing out a jump cue?
Jump bank or jump kick.
Well, that actually makes more sense. Oh, jump over this 7
Jump over
ball.
the 7, kick towards the 13. Calling the 13.
Can he pull this shot off? Hold on to your seat. Here we go.
I think he makes it.
Nope.
Into the.
Well, at least he made a good hit.
Good hit.
Wait a second.
He says that the 4 ball moved. Oscar says the 4 ball moved.
Really? Wow, that's very honorable what he did, because I'll tell you what, we didn't see it, and I'm not sure the referee saw it either.
Shaun immediately was wondering, and he said he...
Because I'll tell you what, it'd make all the difference in the world if Shaun had to shoot from down there. Now he's got ball in hand.
He's got ball in hand.
You can write this game off.
Well, you know, Shaun playing this up-table idea to clear that out. The 6 ball is going to be... and still is the toughest ball on the table, and the 5 ball will be the second tough. And he's knocked off 2 balls before not even thinking about those balls.
Yeah, but
I mean, he should get out, but
at his level, I don't know.
He starts tickling balls like that.
Yeah,
he's going to be shaking his head, and there he goes. There's the head shake.
Did he get hooked on the 1? Well, he can
sure
make the
did.
2. He can cut the 2 in. He's all right.
He's got to cut this 2 on. Well, of course, if this was a bigger table, he'd be stretched out, but not too hard here. Got to get on the 6 cleanly, and another bump ball.
He's all right. He's struggling, but he's going to get out.
He's struggling.
He plays good enough that as long as he's got an open shot, he's okay.
So Oscar makes a unforced error there, I think, because he solved that rack if he just had went up table, but he wanted to go off the 8. He missed the 8.
You know, when he shot that shot at the 2 ball, that real thin cut down there, and it went up and bumped in those balls, probably he should have hit it harder. Because that way he could bump him and move him out of the way. You called it, though, Fred.
Yeah,
he be careful.
Just laying that cue ball behind a couple of balls.
He was kind of leaving it to chance a little bit for his position.
Yeah, he had to tickle that 8 ball, and it's deflecting off that 8 ball would have kept him in line probably, but missed it. And it didn't feel like he needed to do that because 8 ball had pockets to go.
Well, he's got a commanding lead.
See if he just shakes that off.
And
6-2 to race to 9. So if he's breaking, he's been breaking very well. The last time, though, he didn't get that second row in. It was actually one of the last balls, if not the last ball, that crawled into the pocket. Ball in the side pocket.
Couple balls down, I think.
Ball's lying on the...
No, he only made one ball, but that's all you need.
That's all you need. And you can't take those balls. Look at the magic rack, just holding some balls.
I wonder if he'll ask Bill Stock to remove it.
He's going to need 2 ball markers, I think.
You know, I saw John Lehman remove the magic rack when the balls were sitting all over it. He slid it and moved it and turned it and twisted it. Oscar, another guy growing a beard now. This must be, I think this is the year of the beard in sports.
Oh,
every sport, everybody's got beards. Look at all the baseball players. All got beards. I mean, even Shaun's got a little goatee thing going on.
Not sure what Oscar's talking about here.
Is he going to come down into these balls and try to break them up?
Right into the center of the cluster.
Yeah.
Broke out the 8. 9 doesn't go anywhere, does it?
All that just to remove that.
He did it just so he could move the magic rack. It's funny because, you know, I normally talk about the challenging ball, and the challenge there was the magic rack sitting there with a couple of balls on top, and Oscar decided, let's get rid of the magic rack.
He's got a problem, this wreck.
Definitely. Let's go look up table in the 9. If this 11 goes past the 6, this first shot's going to be a bank shot. It'd be a bit wild. The low balls, you know, are lying pretty good. Are we going to see a safety? Is there any place to play safe? Up table, behind the 14 and 7.
Yeah, if you could lay it up there, but that's...
That'd be quite a shot.
Yeah, the problem is, see where that 5 ball is? He can't give him any air on this shot. If he decides to play, I think you almost got to bank this ball.
You got to bank it. That's what I'm thinking.
Bank the 12 cross side.
Got to slide a bit to get to the 13 because the 13 isn't clean in, and I think it has to rubber rail going in. Big challenge here.
Oscar is in no hurry right now.
Problem is, he can't go run and take another break. Took it early.
He's done with his breaks. Let's see. Did he call it?
Must have.
Oh, no good.
First missed shot for him. No, that's not true. He sort of missed the last shot, which was a jump kick.
Right. Now Shaun Wilkie's in control of this rack too.
Yeah, he's got an opportunity to get a break back. Balls are open.
He's got to take the 2.
He's got to think about the 6 ball, which is buried in some balls. Got a shot on it here, I think.
You know what?
Maybe
he left himself a little window. That was a good shot.
If he can play it, he spins it 2 rails out to center of the table, playing for the 1 ball. This looks good. Should take a look at the 3 ball, see where it is. He's not.
Go forward. Little left English here.
How'd he do on this 3 ball? Because he never took a look at it. Takes a deep breath. It looks like he's good. Swing 2 rails.
It's wide open. Actually, all he's got
Looks
to do
awfully
is,
straight.
if he draws
Yeah,
back a
he's-
foot, he's okay.
I think he's drawing straight back here, back out. I'm saying that because he's looking pretty aggressive. See what I'm saying? He
Put a
had
big stroke on that
He
ball.
had the aggressive stroke
Yeah, he
going.
knew it was a wide open draw stroke. He's drawing out into the open. Just like that,
Just like
Shaun
that.
Wilkie
He's won a
closes
few-
within 3 games.
He's won a few games in a row here. And he's breaking. So if he consolidates his break, he's only 1 break of serve behind. Let's make a game out of it.
Oscar struggled the last couple racks.
See, there he goes again with the stripe on the top. Wonder if he's
I
always
don't
done
think he's going to change.
that. And not at this point.
Why do I feel like if he put a solid on top, he would break better? I don't know why.
I don't
Am
know. I
crazy?
tell you, that's what I think.
Maybe I'm just superstitious. I don't know.
I think maybe that's why he's doing it. I'm thinking it has something to do with his hat. I could make up a reason.
Go a little deeper on that one. Well, I don't relate to the stripe in the hat. Okay.
All right, here we go. You know, he's just been hitting him hard.
Well, I suspect he's going to hit him the same way.
Same way. I don't believe. No, he didn't get a ball in the break last time either. I think he's made 1 ball in the break so far. Somebody out there is taking break stats, and we'll read all about it. Here we go. And he's got the aggressive.
Well, you can see
going.
the right. You can see the way he's loading up. He
He's
ain't going to hit
loading.
this. He's gonna whack him.
We better duck.
Yeah. What if one comes through this window here?
That was a monster.
He sent that cue ball 3 feet in the air.
It landed about at the second diamond, right at the kitchen, right at the buck line. He's pretty open here. See the 14 and 7, how it's tied up.
The stripes don't look bad.
They don't look bad. I like what he did there. You know, what he was saying was, if I can get that 13, because everything else goes, I believe. 15 passes the 9. It relieves the 14 and the 13. Low balls are kind of tied up. They don't. The 4 ball doesn't go anywhere. Starting off with the 15.
I guess the 14 is the problem for him.
Correct. Yeah, I think so. Again, you don't want to play this up table game and bring it down table, and then suddenly you only have 3 balls to work with to try to get to your trouble ball. And obviously he's thinking the same thing. He's looking right at those balls. I don't know if you can see it, but all he's doing is looking straight down at the 14 and 13. Got a nice angle there. 13 goes in the side, but still tough. Looks like he's going to float to the side and play the 11 to get below and try to get that 13. He's got too much angle now. You see the 13 doesn't quite go into the corner.
Here we go.
Here we go, and he's loading up with draw. The deuce hits those balls. Well,
that didn't help him that much. Well,
he's got 1 ball is clear, but he actually tied up the other ball that went before. If he's going to do that, might as well solve it right now. Play the 13 and try to get underneath the 14. You'll see it. There it is. 14 goes up table.
running a rack and 8-ball becomes a lot more complicated on this 7-foot table.
It feels like he shot that ball thinking, I'm just going to shoot and see what's up next. He has to get below it. Or run into
I
it.
wonder
Play
if
position.
I wonder if it goes across corner on the other side. I'm not sure.
Banking it across corner?
No, I mean if it goes straight in the other corner. But if it was, he'd be shooting now. Now he could shoot the 13 and let the cue ball go off the side rail into those two balls.
Yeah, right. Like playing position, break him out and play position for them.
Right. Because he's got the 12 ball as kind of a safety valve if he did it that way.
Well, here we go. It felt like he wanted to, or it was going to go.
See,
yeah, there
that's
you go.
what he was thinking
Take a look at it.
He's going to definitely, he's going to hit that 7 ball. He's going to run into that 7 ball, which.
Here we go.
No,
Nope.
he wanted to hit that 7 ball.
I tried to give it a little body English over here myself, and it didn't work.
Now he's got to shoot all the way down table with the 12 and come around the table. This got really tough. He's looking at that angle. He's looking at going 3 rails and making the billiard.
Ooh. Here we go. Rear, back, and fire. 1, 2, 3, from behind.
Well, we'll go in that direction.
All right.
But to have it come out perfectly, he's going to have to be very fortunate.
Or instead of slinging hard, maybe he just plays his ball and lags it 1, 2 around to the 2 ball. The 2 ball will stop the cue ball for him to shoot the 14
all the way down,
all the way in the corner.
That would work. Here we go.
This would be an Efren shot if you shot it like that. You know, if you kind of just lagged it up 2 rails right to the 2 ball. The 2 ball.
You know, Efren's the one guy that would play position like that.
Exactly. He's doing that. 1, 2. He's doing exactly that.
Wow.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Give me 5, baby.
What a shot.
He's got to just roll forward. He can shoot the 8 in the side.
He's just got to make sure he doesn't get behind the 3, which from this angle he won't.
Yeah, I think he's all right now, Freddie. That was the shot of the match right there.
Right there. He did exactly
and
that.
You called it. That was the commentating of the week.
Right there. He's got to thank Efren for that, I think.
You had a commentating moment. I thought for sure he was going to try and break
it out. Yeah.
He's all right.
He's there.
He's all right.
What an out.
Wow.
What an out.
He won that game from nowhere. Oscar's got his head on his chin.
People clapping there.
I mean, he's got his hand on his chin, and he's wondering, what the heck just happened? How did he get out from there? I thought he was in a trap.
For all the world, Oscar thought he was coming back up. At no time did that look like Shaun was going to get out.
This match just got a little tight.
Shaun's won the last 3 games. And like I said, he's only behind by 1 break of serve. So if Oscar fails to make a ball in the break right now, and he's been breaking very well, spreading them very nicely, it's a lot of pressure now. Because we're getting to it, you know, just like we talked about with the 10 ball at a race to 10, that 5-5 area. This is right at that area for race 9. It's every game is
very critical.
Critical. Here we go. Oscar traditionally putting the 1 ball on the top. I like that.
Well, that's customary.
Now you're going to go to see a whole bunch of people switching to a stripe on the top.
I don't think so.
I'm just not cool with that.
Ooh, he lost the cue ball.
The cue ball.
Wow. Look at all those balls jammed on the triangle.
How do you shoot
on the rack?
How do you shoot out of there? You can't take the magic rack out of there now.
I don't know if Bill can get that rack. Well, Bill's not going to even try to get that rack off. He's just leaving it there. He took one look at it and said, you guys are going to have to shoot off that rack.
This is the whole shot here because I think you'd want to go into the rack now and play position for a ball.
When I shoot the 4 ball.
Shoot the 4 ball because the low balls are looking good. Shaun does play straight pool, and this is kind of like a straight pool secondary breakout. didn't think about it too hard. Whoa. How does the 7-ball look now? I'm sorry, it's the 3-ball. How does the 3-ball look?
Well, it'll go over here. If you get to it. If you can get to it.
You can get the cue ball behind there. The problem is there's another ball there. The 3-ball might go up table. Yeah, well, it will once the
like
1 ball's
he did.
out of the way.
Yeah, will he do the same thing he did last rack?
Sure. He's actually playing in there. He doesn't have the angle for that, does he?
No. You need to get over a little bit further.
Well, if he plays this and slides just to the right to the 9-ball, if he has an angle that direction. Slide right to the 9 then, play up table.
I'm not sure if he's even considered that option yet. No.
No, I don't think that's there. Oh. He's just kind of off the 9.
I don't like that shot.
No, that cue ball.
And I don't think he likes it that much
He'd
either.
have to hit it pretty stiff to make sure that 3-ball didn't curve forward.
Let's see how this looks. Let me take a look up here when he moves out of the way.
Yeah, see where he's aiming there. It looks like
Well,
if he decided to slide over.
It's far enough to the side that you could do it.
He's going to be forced to play, I think, the 5-ball to get a better angle on the 6-ball because I think he's too straight on the 6-ball. Now he's saying, yeah. He's decided to put all his everything on that last shot again. This is definitely a different way to play 8-ball. Trouble ball, play it last. Usually doesn't work out, but it worked out for him the last game.
Well, what he's looking at is shooting the 2, then shooting the 6, and bumping into that 9-ball, and shooting this one down at the end. Actually, it's not as hard as what he did last round.
That's right. If he did the last one. Oh, he's gone too far here. He's got to be able to dig at this ball. He's going to be shaking his head here in a second.
Yeah, he's going to go around the 9.
He's going to have to now.
He's
There's
got
the
a
roll of the eyes.
He's got a bad angle. He's looking to see if he can hold it some way where the cue ball is going to bump the 9. I'm not sure. Maybe. He just made this shot very difficult.
All he had to be is on the bed. Now he's not.
Yep, he went too far. He went too far. He's in trouble.
And now he's going to have to rear back and fire a 90-degree cut into the corner pocket. Or carrying it off the 14 into the head left corner pocket.
You know, you said something very important there, Fred. He could have shot that really slowly. Even if he went around the 9, if the cue ball would have stopped a foot sooner, he would have had a cut shot.
Yeah.
It would have been a very severe cut shot.
But he'd be on the ball.
Yeah, he'd have a chance. Now he's kind of dead in the water here.
As he was in the last one.
Hey, what about kicking at that ball?
You kick at the ball?
I mean, yeah, it's going to run right into the 8, isn't it? It's going to run right to the 8.
If you're saying you kick at the ball, at the 3, into the 8,
yeah,
he's still playing it.
He's
playing up table.
He went too far. He went too far by about.
This is what I said first.
Even 6 inches would have made a big difference here.
He's going to rear back and fire the 90-degree cut.
He'll be doing good to just miss the 14.
He'll be doing good to have the cue ball stay on the table.
Yeah, you know what? That's a problem because he's got to really turn this cue ball loose. In other words, his shot sucks.
I love it that he's looking at the 9-ball as the blocker here for the cue ball.
Yeah, but that cue ball is going to be going so fast it could hit the 9 and still go anywhere.
There you go. I think he's going to make it. That's what I'm thinking. And
wow, he hit it thin.
And there's no speed.
It won't get there.
That? Yeah, he had to hit that a couple more million miles an hour.
You see what a difference it would have made if he'd been 6 inches further to the right?
Just a hair shorter. Shaun is smiling. When he hears this commentary, he's going to see that we called that immediately. Going to have to rear back and fire that ball. And he did. And it was online. It would have gone if he had just, if somehow.
If he'd have hit it any harder, he'd have probably shot the cue ball off the table.
Yeah, definitely.
Fred, I can tell you've done this stuff before. You keep
Once or
you
twice.
keep beating me to my lines.
Once or twice. That ball's got to slow down because, as you see,
He's got to get down to the side of those two balls.
The 15-11. The 15-11 is
I
tough
think he's
for him.
all right. I think he's got the right angle.
If nothing else, he'll be playing safe on those balls. But if he's got the right angle, he can slide on up.
Yeah, why don't you just shoot the 10 on the side and slide to the right and get that? Oh, he's not doing that. He's not doing it that way.
Oscar's taken a couple of shots as if they were shot number 2 and the aggressive shot, in almost like he was playing with like a guy in the lead. Well, guess what? He keeps on doing that. That'll change.
Yeah, that lead's evaporating fast.
Exactly.
He needs to get out here.
I think so. If he gets out here, stop the bleeding. Stop the bleeding with the lead. That's pretty strong.
You know, from here it looks like he has enough angle on the 10 to slide down behind that 15 ball.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that what he's going to do? Let's see.
Doesn't look it.
No.
He's going to go back and forth with this ball. And he's going to do that. He's thinking of breaking it rather than playing position for it. And I guess that's because if he'd come up short on the other shot, then the scratch could be on.
Right.
Perfect.
He's going to touch it.
Oh, I said perfect, but I thought for sure it'd come off.
Safety.
No, he's going to play safety. There's no difference there.
He's going to roll that ball to the side rail and leave the cue ball right there. Yeah,
beautiful.
Nasty. That's nasty.
Because now Bill has to go up there and take a look. Bill hasn't moved yet.
It looks like Shaun might be able to spin it off the end rail and perhaps hit the 3. No? Can't
now Bill is going.
Yeah.
Because he has to go behind it, right?
Right.
There's no way to kick one rail to it, I don't think. Even if he did do one rail. Yeah.
Even if he could go one rail. Listen,
I think
the whole key is you got to hit. The problem with this shot is even if he hits it, look where those balls are. Yeah.
He'd have to
did
hope.
It again. I like that. I like that. You know, there's one other guy that happens with. Is he going to get a rail? Yeah.
Yeah, he gets a rail.
Jerry Forsyth and I always think alike. You know, when I commentate with him, it's like we're talking over each other and saying the same thing. Well, you know what? We see the same things.
And we've seen these.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that.
Well. You know, you notice Oscar's really slowed down. Before he wasn't he took his time, but he's a little more careful right now. I'm surprised he's shooting this one.
I am too, and I think in his mind, if I were to go right into his mind, what he's thinking is, why isn't this easier? This was so easy 4 or 5 games ago. Right now, he needs hangers to get out.
You gotta shoot the 15 first, Oscar.
That's what I think.
What are you thinking of, man?
He's just back and forth.
You'll be all right. This is okay.
If he got on the...
that's the 13.
If he got on the 14, I think you shoot that. Yeah.
It slides over to his right. If he's got a little bit of it. I don't think he's got an angle, though, does he?
I believe he does.
He's got to get over to his right to shoot that 13 ball.
The 11 ball, I think you're talking about.
It's 11, yeah, the one that's over above the 8.
Correct, yeah.
If he gets over there, he could actually shoot it in the side or the corner.
Because it goes in the side. So if he's got an angle, I think it feels like you just slide over and play the 11, but maybe he doesn't have the angle that he needs.
He's going to have to shoot that 12 ball and then get the 11.
It looks like he's got an angle here that he can just slide over for the 11. Wow, I'm not.
No, he couldn't.
So I guess he's playing, like you said, play the 12 up table. Right?
Draw back above. He's going to draw back towards the 8, actually.
Right between the 8 and the 11. And then suddenly this 4 ball out became a little bit tougher. Bump.
This is good.
This is good. See, now, I mean, it is good, but he's got a little bit of a back cut. He should make this all day long. But
well, he's happy with this. Right. He's happy with this result. Oscar's going to finally get game number 7. It's been a while.
It's been a while. When he was running to it, the breaks were hit at 6. Now it's to 7. That's a big game. I mean, they're all big at this point, but Shaun had the momentum.
Shaun was thinking about taking a break there. He was like, I could tell he was contemplating. He looked at the referee, and then he walked over and got the rack.
I think he needs to take the break.
He probably should. He probably should. You know what? If the thought crosses your mind, I say you take the break. He kind of got up and started walking towards Bill Stock, and then it's like he changed his mind. He said, I'm going to get this over with.
Okay, now he's gone the 11 ball, the 10 ball. Now he's down to the 9 ball. He can't go to the 8 ball next.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't put the 8 ball up there, can you?
I've also noticed that, and I think you mentioned this, in his first rack, he had loaded up 3 solids on one corner area, but he didn't do that this time, so that's not part of his superstition.
We're used to seeing guys put him up there alternate.
Right.
Stripe solid, stripe solid.
And then you have to mix one of those to get the corner balls.
Right.
Another big break. He's
balls down.
Oh, there's all kinds of balls going down. And no
Look
rewards.
at this. Look at this.
When he turned around, everything was wide open, but then 2 balls crept up. And he turned back around.
Is he going to try and shoot that 4 ball? Now he's looking down the... Ooh, this is a mess here.
The 4 ball is the only ball he can actually shoot at.
He's a little disgusted right now.
That's some...
I mean, he can shoot the 5 ball away and play a little safety, but you know what? Oscar could play it right back at him. Yeah, he's...
We've got Vilmos Folish in the front row.
He's a regular.
Oscar.
He's a regular on that Mez tour, so he and Oscar have
battled many times. I watched them a few times.
Right in the final matches.
There's Vilmos in the green, behind the column.
Who's that? Behind the column?
Is that Vilmos?
Oh, Vilmos. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know who the other guy is.
Yeah, not the other guy.
Okay.
Yeah, you got me. I'm like, wait, I'm sure that's him. I'd second guess myself after saying he's back there.
Let's see what Shaun comes up with here. I'll tell you what, he's got a real dilemma on his hands.
Does he have the 14 to go off the 1 ball? No, he's back to the 4 ball. That's the only ball he can shoot at. He one-stroked it, but it's in. And guess what? You know what? It looks like if he can figure out how to make that 5 ball, which he'd have to be up table. He'd have to be way up table. He's not going to play a combination. He can play the 1 ball off the 5 ball to clear it.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt if he tickled the 5 going down there. Because it would, look at this.
He's got to play position. None of these balls really like to go. And he didn't hit the 5 ball, and he didn't get positioned on the 3 ball. So now he's got to play the 7. And now the 5 ball, which is hanging 3 inches away from the hole, is the toughest ball on the table.
Well, I think you could make the 5 if you get all the way down to that end rail. Yeah.
But you get kind of caught short.
Oh, my goodness. He didn't want to miss the 7 ball. That might be costly.
Oscar's going to have the same problem with the 15 up table by the 5 ball.
That was probably the most costly error for Shaun in this match,
because
he just got done making a couple tough shots, and he missed an easy shot.
That was an absolutely easy shot for these guys, for him.
Of course, as you can see, Oscar's got a problem with that. What is it, that 15 ball up there?
The 15 by the 5 ball.
A lot more strategy in this game than 10 ball.
Right. It's easier in the sense that you have backup plans, always backup plans, but it's harder in the sense that you have to think a little bit more. It can be mentally draining.
You got to think a lot more. In some respects, it reminds me of one pocket.
Well, he's going to go for the breakout here.
Yeah, that's what he's thinking about. You know, it's actually not a bad shot, Freddie.
This ball that he's shooting at the 11 ball, it's not clean in. He has to shoot with the left-hand English anyway, I suppose.
Yeah.
He has to just barely miss the 7 ball.
He can make it. And he will go towards those 2 balls. Well, he hit him. No, he missed it. I knew it was going to be close. Well, the good news is he's got that ball. What is that ball? The 12 ball will go between the 3 and the 8 in the corner, but...
Oh, I don't think so, Jay.
You're right. Look at that. Good camera angle there. It does not go.
Looks like he's going to carom it off the 3. Go for the whole ball of wax here and draw the cue ball up towards the 15 again.
Well,
That's
I got 2 letters for that. NG. No. Because let me tell you something. When he hits that 3 ball, he's probably going to hit the 8 next.
Here we go.
This is... I'm sorry, this would not be my choice.
This is a loose one.
I just don't think it goes. I don't think it even goes. I don't think you can hit it thin enough to make it slide through there.
Does the 15 bank, or is that kiss on? Banks, doesn't it? He doesn't see the pocket.
I don't think so. I think the 5's going to block that bank. That's what he's looking at, but I don't think so. I'd be looking to make some kind of move and leave those balls on the table. But
he looks determined.
Maybe he sees something I don't see, but to me, this ball is not on.
12 off the 3. Cue ball firing up table. He was actually
he actually did pretty good. He got it through there. He got it through there.
All he accomplished is clearing out the 5.
He hit both. He hit 3 balls with that one.
Yeah, he actually early looked into the carom off the second ball, I believe, is the whatever ball was down there. Now everything's changed. The furniture got rearranged. That wasn't a great shot.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, the balls were wide open, and he was shooting a 5 that was almost in the hole, so didn't quite hit hard enough.
Combination? Yeah, he's playing the combo. 7 ball.
You know, when you have that wide open 4 ball, 5 ball out, trying to make it so that everything is clean. Jump.
Yeah, he's all right here. I think he's all right. You know, this looks like another one of those wrecks he had earlier where he's going to struggle and get out. Because he shoots so straight.
You're right. Well,
although he really missed an easy shot this rack. That 7, the first time he missed that 7 ball, but
right.
I think he's come to his senses.
Slow spin this with right hand English, right towards the line ball.
That's good.
And then just slow roll this one. He's not going to hit this back and forth. The 12 ball sort of gets funny there.
He's hanging in there. He wins this game. You know, I mean, Oscar's only one bad rack away from getting tied up.
Oh, this is...
You better hit this ball.
Hit this ball. He did.
This is not, you know
I guess he didn't want to roll that ball. I don't understand why.
This is not good. Because to cut this ball in, you got to really turn the cue ball loose.
Yeah, unless you PK it.
Yeah, he wants to miss both those balls. He doesn't want to bump anything here. He wants to go up and down table, shoot this thin with right English, to kind of throw it a little bit more to the left. Go up and down table and don't.
I was going to say, how does he not hit this ball from there? Well,
now we know. He did hit it. And he's got this long, long shot.
He's made for a very interesting rack here. Who says 8 ball on a bar table for professionals is so easy that they just run rack after rack after rack?
He hasn't made it easy, but at least he's got an open shot at the 8. You know, I'll say that for him.
Now's the time for a break.
He's probably at least 50-50 or maybe even a 60-40 favorite.
As a professional, I think he's supposed to be a favorite here.
He's a shot maker.
Right.
Freddie, I know Shaun. He's a shot maker. So if he doesn't make it, it's going to be right around the pocket. I make him a slight favorite. I'd like to bet on him every time on this shot.
Guard against the scratch-up table. It's in the hole. Beautiful.
Yeah. Good shot.
Takes a deep breath because he needed to. Unbelievable. That was quite a rack. Oscar now He's only 2 games away, and it is his break, so if he holds serve, he can get out here. But as we just talked about, it's only 1 break of serve away, so Oscar's got to get it back in gear here. I think he's taken a couple of loose shots. The last shot, they double carom. I didn't fault him for that. He didn't have much else to look at. And way too deep into the rack to be playing some kind of safety. Shaun Wilkie, I mean, talk about clawing his way to keep into this match. He's clawed through every rack he's won, I think, except for one of them. He's had some.
It hasn't been pretty, has it?
Well, it hasn't been traditional, let's just say. How's that? It's been professional.
Remember, the loser of this match is out of the tournament. This is loser's side on the first day. Nobody wants to go out the first day.
Pretty much a perfect break there. Toughest balls on the table, the 2 right, sitting in the middle. I believe that's the 5 ball and the the color of 12 ball. There it is, 5 ball and the 12 ball.
Well, you can feel that Shaun's put some pressure on Oscar.
He has.
Oscar was freewheeling it before.
Right, and Shaun is pretty much saying it doesn't matter what the rack looks like. It doesn't matter what pattern I play. I'm getting out. I'm getting out. Come get some.
That's his style of play. He's a gunslinger.
Taking the stripes and again the 12 ball is the toughest ball on the table. Looks like he can get there off of the 10 ball and then shoot it to the upper left corner. If he gets there, probably gets out. Is there a combination that he can see here? The 12 ball into the 14 ball, the lime green ball hanging.
Well, he's going to probably shoot the 10 into it, right?
Well, the 12 ball. The 12 ball is really the problem.
Yeah, I
didn't understand that shot.
Right.
What was he playing for? Jay, does this cue ball even pass the 8 ball for the 14?
Yeah, I think so. And in fact, I think that's what he's got to shoot.
That's what he has to shoot, right?
I'm not sure what he was doing there.
Because he just laid it on the rail, which gives you less opportunity to put some magic to it.
Now he's going to shoot the 10 all the way down to the corner.
It's just a little funny to play it that way, I think. Now you have to play this and hold this ball so that he still has the shot between the 4 and the 3.
Well, I don't know where the 12 goes. I think he's got to break it out.
12 ball goes in the upper left corner.
Does it go?
I think so.
Okay.
It certainly looks, and I think that's what he was going for.
Yeah, he's looking at it.
But he just has a slight angle here.
So he's got to really shoot this shot and have the cue ball go into the 4.
Or just die, like hit it with high right-hand English and just kill it off the rail. Don't let it bounce out too far.
I don't know. He's got a little bit of it.
Well, if he can see the 12 now, he might just go ahead and shoot it.
The 4 ball might be a problem for him right now. It might get in the way.
You see, he didn't look down here just to see that before he shot the ball that's hanging that he was hanging in the corner pocket. I think you're right. He is going to go forward and go ahead and run into it at this point. Nice. Oh. But he put himself in that bad position.
You know, Fred, when you shoot that shot with that extreme left English, it becomes a much more difficult shot.
Sure.
I wish I'd have said that. I was thinking it.
You just did say it.
Oh, I said it after the fact. It loses its impact. Meanwhile,
is that right?
Yeah,
it loses its impact.
Yeah, if you say it later, it's too.
That's
it's
right.
Too
that's just
Monday
morning quarterbacking.
Well, I knew he was really loading up on that ball.
The 2 ball, if it doesn't pass the 10 ball, and it doesn't pass the 10 ball, he's got to do something about it. Unless if it passes the 6 ball, then he can just roll forward.
Well, we know he's going to find a way.
And he found a way.
Yeah.
He just blasted that ball out of there, and this rack should be done.
Let me tell you something. Shaun's got a lot of confidence right now. He sees that
Stalking.
Oscar's struggling.
Stalking.
He's not wasting any time, is he?
No. The 8 ball passes.
And he's breaking next.
Well, he got long here. This is the case of playing that
Wow,
ball at the side.
This is the way
pocket.
he likes to play. He doesn't want to make it easy. He says, I'll show you what I can do.
Yeah, it looked like he couldn't figure out whether he wanted to play the ball for the corner pocket or the side pocket.
Here. He's all right.
Up and down the table. He's come up short, but he'll make this. Guess you're right, Jay. That's how he plays. Great shot.
The way Shaun plays is let me see the balls. Keep me out in the open. Let me see the balls, and I'll make them. And he's a dangerous player for that reason.
And he's got the break coming up. Well, he's feeling the pressure here, or else he would have already been down shooting on this ball.
It looks like it's
Half
almost,
half
not
pocket,
a full pocket.
3/4 of a pocket. I think he makes this. Just bear down.
This is ending harder than the last
That's
one.
in there. No ticks.
7-6. Shaun Wilkie breaking. Timeout.
Timeout. He wanted to take one a couple of games ago, but now is a good time.
Okay, we're going to take a little timeout. We'll be back in a minute.
Oh my God.
Shaun back from break here.
We got a ball game,
We do
buddy.
have a ball game. He's won 5 of the last 6 games. And Oscar's had opportunities to do, he's taken what's happened here is Oscar's done that sort of like this, the taboo of 8-ball where he's played a handful of shots in the pocket and then suddenly shoots a weird shot. Or in that last case, it was a little bit difficult and he overcut a ball right down the rail with trying to go with a left-hand spin. Made the shot tougher. Shaun made the 5-ball out that he had as tough as he could make it, I think. Or that was the match before. That was the game before.
Every game.
Every game.
Every game it looks tough, but he keeps getting out. And now he's breaking.
Now he's breaking because we're on serve now.
What's he got in front now? The 9-ball?
It looks like the 9-ball. Yeah. Like I said, he didn't have the 8-ball to go to, so it's the 9-ball.
I'm going to ask him later.
About the stripe?
How come he put up a stripe in front, man?
I think he's going to say that's my thing or something like that. It's what I do.
No, he's probably not going to answer me. He's
probably
going to look at me like, what am I asking him for?
No, he'll probably say, did I do that? Here we go. Rearing back. He's hit him hard every single time. He hasn't lost the ball yet. Boom. 6 ball in. No shot again. Wow.
That's weird. That's like how he broke last time. It just...
I mean, you can't break him any better than that, can you? I mean, the balls, look at the way these balls are clustered. He's hitting them too hard for this table.
I think so, too. I think so, too.
Still, you'd think he'd come up better than that. That's like...
It's just the way this table breaks.
Exactly.
And he should have learned something by now. I mean, conceivably, he kick in the 9, but what good would it do him?
Here's something interesting. On a magic rack, that 8 ball almost went in the pocket.
Right. You don't see that too often.
No.
Well, it would have spotted up. Actually, it's in a very precarious position.
So the rules say that if he had made the 8 ball, he'd have a choice of shooting the table, spotting the 8 ball and shooting the table, or re-breaking. And I'm going to guess, had that 8 ball dropped, he'd ask for the re-break.
For sure.
But
oh, you can do that. I thought it just spotted up and you kept playing.
Breaker has the choice. A lot of people don't know that, Jay, and they'll continue shooting. And then they'll ask later.
I bet you there's players in this tournament that don't know that rule.
Probably half the players don't know that rule.
Now, would it be proper for the referee to advise them?
Yes, it would be perfectly proper.
That you have an option.
That you have an option, that's right.
I would think so.
If you're in a refereed match.
And these are refereed matches.
The problem with what's happening in the tournament out there is that the one referee per quadrant is sitting at the end.
Right.
You'd have to get him for him to tell you that.
He's not going to offer you that information.
Not from. He has to play a safety on the first shot of an 8-ball game. This happens once in a while, probably once out of every 100 games. Actually, the way Shaun's breaking it, it could have happened a few times by now. There isn't a shot he can even just shoot at. Unless you consider banking the 9 a shot you can shoot at.
Got a long match here. We're well over an hour and a half already.
This is a momentum killer right here. He's had all the momentum going. He's going to kick at this ball.
Yeah, he's going to kick it in, but I just don't get what good it's going to do him. He'll probably make it. It's a pretty big ball that close to the rail.
Yeah. He's actually, I believe he's playing the 11-1 combination kick. Kick combination, 11-1.
Oh, you're right. Thank you, Freddie.
You're welcome.
That shot makes sense.
Now he has a chance to get out. All the balls have at least a pocket to go to.
He's looking to. I don't think he can shoot that 5 ball. I don't think he can see enough of it to shoot it. He's tied up against the 13.
It is awfully close.
You know how you could shoot it? You could use extreme left English and throw it to the right, but
then it'll curve, so you have to almost aim it more to the right.
It's hard to do that when you're bridging over a ball. If you had an open bridge, you could control it a lot better.
You know, people say that pool is a game of inches, and they're wrong. Pool is a game of millimeters or even hairs.
What I always say, minute fractions of an inch. Minute.
This one here, had that 5 ball been over by just a couple of, by 1 millimeter, he is on his way to getting out.
And see, it's a lot harder to throw that ball when you're cueing this way.
He's got to go for it, though.
I don't think it's going to go. I don't think the spin's going to take when you hit it this way.
I think he's better off
kill the spin.
I think he's just better off just hitting it with a high ball and letting the pocket take it.
Oh,
and
it
did.
The
pocket took. See, it hit the point.
Nice shot. Yeah, he just rolled it in.
Now his next problem is he has no angle for this 4 ball. If he does, he can go forward. But if he doesn't, there's no place to get to the next ball has to be the 7 ball. He's not going to like this.
If he runs out this rack, he's a genius.
Well, he's shown some geniosity here in the last couple of racks. I'm not sure if that's a word.
How about ingenuity?
Ingenuity?
There you go. That's the word you're looking for.
I think so. Okay. I went with the Latin word.
Okay.
He has an angle. Oh, no. Yeah.
He's trying to slide down there.
He's
there.
He
didn't do bad.
He
didn't
there.
do bad.
Now, if he gets on either of these balls, it looks like he's got a good shot at getting out. I can see here it's not easy, so.
What if he rolls it in slowly? Rolls that, what is it, the 7 ball?
The 7
rolls it in
ball.
slowly, and then gets the 3 in the side.
I think
or is he going to shoot the 3 first? No.
No, I think the 7 to the 3 is right.
Got to hit it slow. Yeah, like that.
Get
nice
in there.
shot, Shaun.
Get in there.
Nice shot, Shaun. We might have a tie ball game. Well, here we go. He's made all the hard shots. Can he make the couple 2 easy ones?
He has to make this shot a little harder. And I don't mean that because that's what he's been doing, but it feels like he's going to have to hit this with pace just so he doesn't lose his stroke.
It almost looks like he can shoot it and draw back into that 15 ball, and he's perfect.
That's probably the better shot. But this is what I thought he'd do, up and down. Just he had to stroke it out. He couldn't afford to just hit it slow. Not the way he's stroking. Look, now this is a tougher shot, but now he has to just make it, right? Put all his effort into making it because A-ball's hanging. He'll make this.
Well, he's made everything else.
He's certainly practiced all the tough shots.
He swished it.
And he took, when he got down, I don't believe it was a half a second before the ball was on its way.
Another remarkable run out by Shaun Wilkie, and he ties the match at 7 apiece.
Take a look at the first shot. He had no shot to shoot at, and what he had available was a kick combination. There was no...
Very creative. Very creative.
And
he made a run out off that.
That's right. Oscar must feel really shell-shocked here because it's not like Shaun's been hitting him with a whole bunch of easy racks. It's probably even worse for Oscar because at every rack it looks like Oscar for sure is coming back to the table.
I never thought we'd see this score from 6-1.
From 6-1 with Oscar playing absolutely perfectly, not missing a ball. All right, Oscar's got to gather himself.
He's a gritty player. I'll tell you, I've watched Oscar a lot in the last couple of years. He's a gritty player,
He's hardened. He's been in action. He's been in a lot of tournaments. Let's get a good break here and keep up the great pool. Another perfect break. Did the ball go in?
I hear a ball.
Yeah. I hear a ball.
I hear a ball rolling. That's a good sign. Look at his break. His break is so much better.
And he's hitting it much slower.
I wouldn't call it slow, but he's
not slow, but
he's like 10% amped. He's like one level amped down from Shaun.
Right, Shaun,
and it's enough, and it works.
It seems like he's hitting it at 100%. I think that Oscar's about 90%. How about that?
You know, sometimes when you swing so hard, you don't make such a good hit on the cue ball.
Well, he's been getting good contact though. He's been making great contact, and the problem is that the table is fast and so small that all the balls kind of they move back together. There's only so much space it can go before it hits a cushion and comes back.
Well, Oscar has failed to get out the last couple times he shot at an open rack.
Well, it looks like he's opting for the low balls, which I think is the correct. The 2 ball is the toughest ball on the table, and it goes in the side pocket, and you have a 7 ball down there to get to it. So it looks pretty good. I don't think he has to. He doesn't have to do any kind of tickling and bumping.
We'll shoot the 2 ball on the side if he gets to it.
If that 2 really does go, and I think it does.
Well, it's a pretty severe angle, but if he gets on it right. 6 ball?
6 ball to the 5 on the side.
Yeah, see where he put his cue? That's where he wants the cue ball next. Kind of like that.
Oh, went too far.
It spun up a little bit. He didn't want it to slide up there like that. But I think he can roll forward past that 14 ball.
It may have been that he really did want that 6 ball.
Oscar's got to play this rack Shaun Wilkie style. He's just got to get up there and keep making balls. He's all right here. He can shoot the 4 ball. The 2 ball is going to be the key ball this rack.
Right.
Shoot the 4, then shoot the 7, and get good on that 2 ball. Because if he makes the 2, he'll be right on the 8.
He wants that angle.
You know, he's got to be real careful here. He's going to go right past that 11.
Between.
Look out, look out, look out. Look out, Oscar. Look out, Oscar. Look out, Oscar. Ooh, he stopped in time. He can shoot it in the side. He went too far. He went like 6 inches further than he wanted, but at least he can see it. He almost laid right up against that 15 ball. That would have been curtains.
I'll say again, these tables have been playing the same way. If you go into it with running English, it explodes off the cushions. If you come in almost straight in perpendicular, the cushion swallows up the speed.
Yeah, if you hit it flat.
Oscar said this table plays.
This is a tough shot right here. Wow, good shot, Oscar.
Wow. Use the 9
very
ball
fortunate. Let me tell you, he's very fortunate because he was tracking towards that side pocket.
And really, he needs this. He needs this game because he's watched Shaun climb back and get on serve.
He's on the hill.
Man on the hill.
He fought back.
Waits for the cue ball to stop.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah, it is smart, and I like that. The rules really say that you gotta let the ball stop.
Let all balls stop rolling.
I've seen some guys, and you have too, swipe that cue ball while it's rolling, even though there's no chance of it going in. The rules say
in
one
some
thing,
tournaments,
so
it's a foul.
Yeah.
Other tournaments, it's kind of a judgment call, but it's a foul. And a lot of you play in the World Championship, you pick up the cue ball, what's rolling, you fouled.
And you should act, accordingly to the rules. Uh-oh. Look what's happened. Solid on the head ball. Now
what?
Now I really don't get it.
Now the break's going to work. You watch. You mark my words. You
we
mark
go.
my words. You mark my words. This break's going to work a lot better, I'm telling you. Those stripes just don't break right.
How can he go the whole match racking a stripe on the head and then switch over?
I have a funny feeling if you asked him afterwards, he would say,
he probably didn't even pay any attention to it.
What do you mean?
It's just a ball.
What are you talking about? It's just a pool ball. It's just a round ball.
Oscar, on the other hand, has racked the 1 ball on top every single time, I think. He may just do it automatically as well.
Oscar showed a lot of heart getting out that rack, especially making that last little 2 ball.
Right, running into the 9, having to scare the side pocket with the cue ball. Said hello to it. Well, he put the 5 ball on top. Is he going to go for the softer break?
No.
Nope. Nope, but it was a little flatter.
Look at this.
Little flatter.
It's a better looking break.
And he actually has a shot. He's got a whole bunch of shots to shoot at, doesn't he? Oh, no, he doesn't. He's got the 5 ball.
He can shoot the 5 or the 9.
Or the 9. 13 would be tough.
I'm guessing 9 ball because the stripes are a lot more open than the solids.
The 6-1 doesn't really go anywhere, and the 4 and 2 goes because the 2 ball goes. But the 6-1, they're all just clustered.
I'm not sure if he could see that 13 to make it, but he's not looking at it.
If you can see the 13, I think that's the ball because the 9 is no hanger.
I like he walks all around the table. He looks at everything. Well, you know, this guy's a seasoned veteran. He's been out here banging heads for 15 years.
Right, not his first rodeo. I don't know that this shot gets him to the 10 and 11.
Yeah.
It's not quite straight. If he is, he could, yeah. So if he's looking, that tells me that it's straight enough.
Yeah, he's going to come down close to the 1 ball. What he doesn't want to do is get hidden behind the 1 ball.
Right.
Now he's
After all that, he's looking at the 13?
It's close. It's close. I think he can throw it in. Yeah,
he
just like that.
Must be able to.
Yeah.
Well, then there's no question about it. He'll get out here. Right?
Let's have a hill match. Why not?
Let's have a hill match. That's what we're looking for.
Do you want to go with this little ball here? Do you want to go with this 14 ball now?
What does it get you?
I don't think it gets him down there.
No, I don't think so either. He's looking this way as if he has to be down here, but it looks like if you lay the cue ball on the end rail that you shoot the 10. But he's got the best look at it.
Well, he's done a few things backwards already, and it's worked out. Shaun kind of creates his patterns as he go. I think he's kind of a spontaneous player. Seems like every rack, he's changed his pattern mid-course.
Oh, every shot.
Every shot. There you go.
9 ball in the corner pocket.
No side pocket.
Still going to the side pocket. Well, that was a surprise.
Yeah. Well, now he's got to shoot this ball down in the end and draw back.
He was looking at the combination a little earlier. But that'd be pretty tough to hold that 11 ball.
I'd be real surprised if he shoots this now. You got to shoot the combination. Wow, look at this. He's leaving that ball there on the side, by the side pocket. That surprises me, Freddie.
Every shot so far surprised me, so.
Shaun, I think that's the right shot. But
yeah, it looks like if he was able to draw this back and lay it right on the end rail, he can play the 10 ball and then the 11 ball on the other side. But I don't think he has the angle. If he shoots the combination, doesn't he lose the 11 ball behind the 4?
I don't like jacking up and shooting that combination.
No.
I think you're asking for trouble.
Straight back.
There you go.
And not a straight back bank, but a straight back.
This makes more sense.
And he's bounced out. Well, he's not shaking his head, so he likes it. But here, this is what I'm talking about. 11 balls
he's going to go
4.
rail first to make this 10 ball. I believe so. Let's see. We can't really see it that well. His point of view.
Let's see it from the overhead.
There you go. That's good. Yeah, you go rail first behind the 11. Make the 10 softly, and then you're good. Then you're golden. Just roll this in soft.
Slow rail first. That's what he's doing.
He's not playing the combination, is he?
Well, he could if he'll go into the 4 ball.
I think that's dangerous.
Oh, definitely dangerous. But I think danger is his other name. Or
you see what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Just, it looks like it's not a hard rail shot.
First.
That must be what he's doing. Yeah, sure.
Oh, see, I was just playing off the 4.
Right.
All his motions were to go.
Yeah,
off
no, he was using the 4 to stop the cue ball.
That was an amazingly good shot.
I'm surprised he hit it that hard.
Right,
you know?
right.
He didn't have to.
I didn't think he had to either, but then again, by doing so, he has an angle. I don't know if he had an angle. If he hit it, so he could have gotten buried in there. I suppose maybe that's what he was worried about, that he could get.
Well, he should be good now. He's got an angle. He's got the angle he needs to get up table.
Well, it looks like his angle is going through the center of the table instead of. I think he's going to have to make a long shot in the 14. Can he get down close to it? Can he draw behind the 2 ball?
He might have to flirt with those 2 balls.
Right. So right to closer to the center of the table. Now remember what I talked about, the cue ball running off the cushions. With running English, it goes faster than going straight at it.
Well,
so
let's see.
The overspin. Oh, see, it killed. You see how it killed off that one? Instead, I didn't have.
Oh, look at this. He stopped right on the 50-yard line. And he's got to stretch a little bit for this. But you know what? He's a shot maker. I think he's going to cut it into his left.
Well, surely to goodness, he has to stare at it and shake his head a couple times. There's the deep breath. That's the same thing.
It's far enough out that I think it's a very cuttable shot for him. I mean, the truth is he hasn't missed anything like this in the match.
So he just hits it slow, I suppose, and goes right around the 8 ball.
Yeah, goes up above the 8 ball.
Oh,
that's the angle. He's going to go up above the 8 ball. And the nice thing is, look where the 8 ball is. Even if he bumps it, he'll have a shot.
Right.
I think you got to just focus on making this ball.
Absolutely.
And forget about the 8 ball. Just focus on making this shot and assume that you're going to have a shot at the 8 ball, which he will.
It looks like he's thinking he's going to be hitting this all the way up table, around the 8 ball, near the 1 ball.
He doesn't have to hit it that hard.
I don't think he does either, but that's the angle. Make this ball get on the hill.
He's breathing hard on this one, but yeah, he cut that right in.
All the way up table.
Oh, he did go farther than I thought. He went all the way to the end rail. Gave himself a little challenge on this 8 ball. Once again, he's made everything. So what's going to stop him from making this one other than pressure?
Yeah, I mean, what good is pool without a little bit of a challenge?
This is a gut check here.
If good pool means a lot of challenging shots, and this is great pool.
I'll tell you what, Shaun's made every rack exciting. Gotta love this guy.
Just roll it up there. It's in.
He did it.
He
did it.
What an out. And he was safe, too. In case he missed that ball, he was actually, it wasn't a sellout, and it was safe because the 8 ball would be hanging.
I don't think he was thinking safety at all.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
He was thinking 8 corner. That's it. Oscar gets the final break. The importance of the lag. Forget about everything else.
I'll tell you what, this is a highlight match of the day. That's for sure.
Hill. Shaun Wilkie was behind by 5. He was down 6-1. Oscar hadn't missed a ball.
Do you remember at the beginning of this match, the first 5 or 6 games, there was nobody here, like 2 people,
right.
And people keep filtering in.
Yeah, that's right.
They know something cool's going on. This guy's a cool customer right here, let me tell you.
Yeah. Oscar Dominguez with the final break of this match. Hill. Center of the table. Kicked.
Kick.
Balls down. Oscar has a shot.
I see clusters.
Low balls look good. The 7 ball goes in the side. The 6 ball goes into the side after the 7 ball's gone.
You start with the 3?
I think you start with a 4, but
the problem with the 4 is you bump that 12 ball.
The 3. You're right. If you can get it without bumping the 12 and go 2 rails around.
What about the 3 and draw back for the 4?
I think that's a good shot. If he's going to hit the 3 to draw back, he might as well go draw back for the 7.
He's going to have some tricky position on the 6 and 7.
What does the high balls look like? The high balls aren't that bad if the 11 goes in the side.
Yeah, this is the old saying, 6 of one and a half dozen the other. He may end up taking stripes. He's still thinking about it. He's looking at the 3.
And then he's going to stare down this 7.
Once again, this is one of those situations, Freddie, where when he makes a commitment, he needs to complete that rack.
All the way.
And need to go all the way. It's a Hill thriller. This one will never show up in the story about this tournament because it's like the second round of the loser's side. But I'll tell you what, the people that saw it are going to remember it like us. This one will be memorable to me.
Oh, definitely. Shaun shot himself out of traps over and over and over again.
And he was under pressure every single game because, remember, he was down 6-1 if he'd lost any one of those games.
He's going with a 1. That's a pretty tough cut, I think, for your first shot. But it's only 2.5 feet.
Yeah, it's close. It's close. 2 diamonds away.
Boy, Jay, it feels like your 3 ball was the right shot.
Well, if you want to get that 4 out of the way, well, he'll probably come across the table and try to get the 4 next then. Now he's going back to the 3.
That's right.
This makes sense.
The 6 ball, I don't believe, goes, so he must be playing the 4 ball next. Or the 7.
Or the 1. Now this surprised me a little bit.
Oh, he is playing the 1.
He's going to come
all the way across.
Yeah.
Make sure he's on the good side of this 4 ball or straight. That's good.
Now's when it's going to start to get a little tricky.
If he's got to shoot this ball perfectly, if he shoots the 4 ball straight across the table to get on the 7, so he can roll down to get the 6 on the side. If he lays it right on the side, that's about right there. Just roll
Good
forward.
angle.
Perfect shot.
Good angle. Couldn't have hit that one any better.
Roll forward for the 6, and that solves any tough balls in this table.
Looks good, doesn't it, Freddie?
It does.
I mean, he'd have to gag to not get out now. You know, he's the dominant player on the Mez Tour.
Yes, he is.
With all those good players. Of course, he's got his fiancée Desiree running the tournaments. Look at this. Nice out. He made that look easy.
He did make it look easy, but what made it look easy was that he chose the right ball and the right pattern to get to the challenging shot and get out.
For the match, Oscar Dominguez.
9-8.
He's a winner.
Great job, Shaun Wilkie.
Freddie, we had a good match there.
It was a great match, Jay.
All right, take a short break. We'll be back at 8 o'clock.
Thanks, everybody.